I gotta admit, crazy animation for the end of an episode. Also, eat that, bitch. You know, I feel like a lot of these shows would be scared, be like, I don't want to hurt a kid. Nah, fuck them kids. They fucked around, they're finding out. Yo, if you could pass through this room right now, I feel like we'd actually get cut from the tension. The amount of edge that's in this room right now is a little dangerous. Called it! What? Why's she looking like Lil Bo Peep? Such a kind person in such an unjust world, huh? Never stood a chance with how it's operating. It's even just, watch the, which is essentially their lamp, their street lamp. The fact that they even animated, like, simple bugs flying around it being drawn into the flame, the color of it. The amount, I'm telling you, it's just an artist walking around and, like, 4 to 5 times adding detail they didn't have to, but just makes it all the more high quality. Basically, the guise of the story is, forbidden love we need to eliminate. The fact that she's barely even lying about this shit, bro. Like, this is dead ass her real like, she really hopes that this lasts. I ain't gonna lie, I love the amount of modern technology they have. Ooh! Yeah! Finally an isekai that beats these shitty ass kids, huh? The way this show just does not give a shit brings me great joy. The physical brutality of this series is obviously something that's been around, and it's been great. But what truly tickles my fancy about Sentenced to Be a Hero is what it did that a lot of these isekai are afraid to do. You see, no one's gonna deny the fact that these young kids are unfortunately being raised in a very hostile environment. And to be honest, they need better parental guidance. They were on the street, they got brought into a criminal organization. You can't blame them. It is true, they are just trying to survive and following orders. But a lot of these shows, and especially when it comes to these fantasy, self-inserts, whatever, you know, you'd be taking a lot of damage yourself because surely we can't hit the kid. Right? But then you have, not once, but multiple times, fuck them kids, bro. She grabbed him by the hair and then fucking kneed him in the face. Are you kidding me right now? And I mean, as much as our girl thinks she has a shot with Xylo, unfortunately, like husband, like wife, because I really want you to watch this. My boy, he had a grin on his face, winding up to uppercut this fucking child, bro. Lord have mercy. Finally an isekai that doesn't pull its punches. It says, you know what? We feel bad the children are in a shitty situation, but fuck them kids, we could hit them anyway. You know what to do though. Got this far in the video. You make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe, ring that bell, drop a comment as well. But hey, if you want to go the extra mile, we do got the Patreon, full and cut live reactions. You live over there, which does help fund the channel, videos just like these. So if you enjoy my work, do consider supporting. It does help out a lot. You know what I'm really starting to enjoy about the production of this show? I mean, of course, I mentioned last week, hey, we got into that kind of Mushoku Tensei territory, skipping the opening, allowing it to play while you just had world building, which is something a lot of these shows don't do. And they just straight up skipped the opening this week, and they started to skip the ending, but they couldn't commit to the full thing, but we appreciate what they're able to deliver. This, by all accounts, is a fairly slower episode up until, like, the last few minutes where action pops off, and they're fucking beating up children, and there's a Gatling gun of magical bullshittery. Like, seriously, bro has a like, it could have happened to a better person, though. But I do like the fucking shocked reaction of him realizing what has happened, only for them to just absolutely get their asses handed to him. But it's interesting, because this dynamic is, you can tell these kids have known nothing other than this life. And later in the episode, Xylo does start talking about the fact that, like, they bring kids from the street. And at the end of the day, it makes sense why they're so devoted to this. It's not even, when you look at them, do they look like they've been beaten and bruised? No. But it's a situation of, if you've only ever known this lifestyle, you're naturally going to think it is the correct lifestyle. If you've only ever known hunger and fear, and someone gives you even stale fucking bread and a place to sleep, they're going to seem like the second coming of fucking Santa Claus, right? So it's not that these are kids that are being like, oh my god, I'm going to get beat if I don't agree or obey exactly. It's more of like, these are our parental figures who saved our lives. Of course, whatever they say is right. That's the vibe I'm getting, which is a bit different than you normally see when it comes to essentially child soldiers being used in very disgusting ways. And I mean, it's not to say that I think this is a loving environment, but it does change for the type of environment that we're used to. But I will say, I think it's time we talk about the elephant in the room. Is this man fucking his dragon? I didn't even consider it last week. You guys are more sick puppies than me. And I guess I do see where some people are coming from, but I would like to believe no. Could this be a donkey and dragon situation from Shrek? Maybe. But at the same time, and I already know what people say, but he's talking about he's cheating on his dragon. That's the type of humor that Western films and stuff would use too, about the fact that if you have an animal, as soon as you come home, they're gonna smell the other cat, the other dog on you, and sometimes they get upset with that. Like that's a thing. To me, that's how that scene reads. But unfortunately, you guys might have ruined this for me. Until I see a scene that is directed like he was in bed with the dragon, I'm going to believe in my heart this character is not boning the dragon. Thanks for coming for my TED Talk here. Fucking sick bastards ruining goddamn characters for me. Shame on you. Worst part is you guys might be right. I will say though, the fake date was actually adorable. She still stands no chance. I'm sorry to say, until she can punch children with the amount of grins that his fiance and him have, she has no chance in hell. But it is cute because she basically imagines what it would be like to be with him. And to be honest, the idea that you have this date going through the market square and basically trying, like, their cover story to hire an assassin was, we need the third son of some nobility killed because I'm engaged to be, but I want to be with my forbidden love. And she just plays into it. And honestly, it was pretty well done, I gotta admit. And for him, I don't think... I feel like he could have a very strong friendship for her, but do I think they're falling in love? No. Do I think she's fallen in love? Absolutely. And it will be interesting to see because despite randomly introducing the concept of fiance, I'm understanding why she hasn't given up on the marriage. Oh, you're a criminal and you don't have human rights? Fuck that, I'll get that sorted out. Your sugar mama's got you fucking set. Don't worry about that. But also, they legitimately do share a lot of personality quirks, so, you know what? She doesn't stand a chance even if you want her to. I will say, though, you can't hate the church and these nobles enough. Like, the fact that bro, when he got sentenced, normally would be a death sentence. I love how they straight up are like, okay, well, a death sentence would be nice, but it's already been determined before he got here what he's gonna happen. So he's sentenced to be a hero. Like, what the fuck is this shit? And he's basically pleading like, hey, like, I don't even care about my life here. Just help the boy. The boy is trapped. He wanted freedom, and I was trying to do that. And it's like, they didn't give a fuck. This is such a corrupt system that, like, this is why I think it was in last video or the video before, I'm like, you know, I'm not going to be surprised if the shoe drops at some point and the fucking people working for the monsters are not even as bad as we think. Now, you might want to make the argument, why would you want to join a group of creatures that are just trying to destroy the world? I mean, if the fucking world is ruled by Jeffrey Epstein equivalents, I mean, burn it all down, right? Like, who knows what they're gonna do? But I can understand being upset by the fact that everything's so fucking corrupt, and like one side's like, hey, we are a little corrupt, but at least we're honest. Who knows exactly what they're going for, but I understand. Fuck the church, fuck the systems. And unfortunately, who wants to fuck Xylo is not going to be fucking Xylo. But anyway, you can let me know your thoughts down below on this week's episode. It might have been a slower episode at face value, but it was chock full of so much information and slice-of-life moments that made me connected to the characters even more. And yeah, I laughed my ass off when those kids got beat. Shoot me. Thoughts down below, drop a like, share, support, subscribe, ring that bell, Patreon, catch the full live reactions over there. And hey, if you're already over there, I'll give you a video shout out because without my patrons, you wouldn't get these YouTube videos at all. Alright, so today we got Keegan Miller, Ert Swanson, Jan Peterson, Zeekster, Refac, 972, Michael Latham, Sleeping Night, and we also have Philip Reinhardt. So I appreciate the support. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.